The Young and the Restless spoilers update for Tuesday, January 7, reveals that Sharon Newman will need a hero thanks to the hostage drama she's landed in. Ian Ward wants Sharon at the bottom of the river, but Jordan needs Sharon alive and held captive a bit longer, just to be sure Ian keeps his end of the bargain. The good news is that'll give Nick Newman a chance to look for Sharon on Tuesday's I&R episode. The bad news is Nick will struggle to nail down where Sharon might be. However, where there's a will, there's a way. Nick will be determined to figure out some clues that can help him locate Sharon, so some hints may come to light sooner or later. While Nick goes on a Sharon hunt, Nikki Newman will be shaking in her boots over Ian Ward's comeback and the potential for him to hurt the people she cares about. Although Nikki will share her fears with Victor Newman, he won't want her worrying herself sick over Ian resurfacing. Victor will promise he'll do whatever it takes to keep Nikki and their family safe, but she'll fret over her husband being at risk too. Elsewhere, it looks like Billy Abbott will finally get his wish. Billy has been working hard to recruit Phyllis Summers as a fellow schemer against Victor, so he should be pleased over her updates on Tuesday's show. Phyllis will reach an agreement with Billy, so their alliance should become official. Now that Phyllis has resolved to back off her vengeful Sharon mission, that'll leave more time and energy for helping Billy regain control of Chancellor. Our I&R predictions point to Billy and Phyllis landing in some trouble due to their partnership, so don't miss what's in store. The Young and the Restless spoilers say Sally Spectra will have to rein in Billy's sinister side and help him out along the way. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, Pulse Canvas. It's me, Julie here. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Keep watching, so let's dive into today's video. The Young and the Restless spoilers for the next 2 weeks are here. From January 6 to 17, 2025, fans can expect to learn what happens to Sharon Newman. Victor Newman's buried secret could resurface and jeopardize everything. Also, Ian Ward plans on targeting Phyllis Summers since she is making it so easy. Keep reading and let's talk about what is coming up in the CBS soap opera. The Young and the Restless spoilers, Ian Ward summoned. I&R spoilers for the week of January 6 reveal that Victor threatens Ian. However, Ian doesn't seem all that rattled. What Victor doesn't realize is that Ian isn't the only threat to his family in Genoa City. Ian is working with supervillain Jordan, who has told him about Victor's dungeon and the Brussels sprouts torture. I&R spoilers, Victor Newman's buried secret. Victor never did tell Nikki Newman, Victoria Newman, or Claire Grace Newman about his dungeon prisoner. Cole Howard and Michael Baldwin took control and saved Victor's booty. While Victor thought he was protecting his family, Nikki and the others might not see it that way. This secret could also jeopardize Cole's relationship with both Victoria and Claire. The Young and the Restless spoilers, week of January 6, 2025. The Young and the Restless spoilers for the week of January 6 reveal that Victor orders Michael to get information on Ian. Will Michael realize that Ian and Jordan are both in the same hotel room? Meanwhile, Jordan goes rogue by stashing Sharon Newman's body. Jordan needs some leverage to make sure that Ian keeps his word. When Sharon wakes up, she's handcuffed and alone. Sharon will cry out for help, but she's likely somewhere nobody can hear or see her. However, Nick Newman will work overtime to find Sharon before it's too late. Nick has pretty good intuition, so he will probably find Sharon before the police. Also, Phyllis makes a deal with Billy Abbott. However, Phyllis is starting to remember more pieces from the night of the crash. It won't be long before Phyllis realizes Jordan is the woman responsible. There's reason to believe that Phyllis and Sharon end up hostages together. Nate Hastings and Audra Charles find a clue in LA in the search for Damien. I&R spoilers, next 2 weeks. During the week of January 13, Nick will continue his search. By this point, Phyllis might be missing as well as Sharon. So that will put the pressure on Nick to race against the clock. Elsewhere, it seems Jordan's rogue move could piss Ian off. Jordan and Ian just might start turning on each other. Which storyline are you looking forward to seeing the most? Share your thoughts in the comment section below. Remember to keep watching the soap on CBS or Paramount Plus to find out what is coming up next. The Young and the Restless scoop for Monday, January 6 reveals Sharon Newman will find herself alone and afraid. Also coming up, Victor Newman will threaten Ian Ward. Plus, Cole Howard will mull over an offer, and Faith Newman will lash out at Maria Copeland. My and our spoilers tease Victoria Newman will join Cole at the jazz club bar. She'll jokingly ask if their New Year's Eve celebration in the suite wasn't enough. They'll discuss the job Victor offered him. Cole will say he isn't sure he can deal with being under Victor's thumb all the time. My and our daily scoop, Faith says their mother could be dead. Meanwhile, Faith will freak out about Sharon. She'll blame Maria for agreeing with their mom that she didn't need a security detail. She could be dead right now, but then she'll apologize and say she's just on edge. Maria too will worry that their mother is missing and Ian is out there. She'll ask Tessa Porter to tell her everything she remembers about her interaction with Ian. Tessa will describe what happened and Maria will wonder what Ian's angle was. Maybe he did it for me, to show me that he's a changed man, she'll add, but she knows that whatever he's up to, it's a scam. She'll add that if Ian is connected to Sharon's disappearance in any way, then she's in real trouble. At the seedy motel, Jordan Howard will walk in and tell Ian that Sharon is in the car. He'll say they need to make it look like Sharon's in the same watery grave that Heather Stevens ended up in. That's the poetic justice we need to sell Phyllis guilt. However, Jordan will say she's not going to do any more jobs for him unless he reciprocates. Let me remind you, you're out of prison right now and the world doesn't even know it, he'll reply. I did that. Meanwhile, Victor will show his security head a photo of Ian. I don't care how many men it takes, you find him. You bring him to me. He'll ask Nick Newman why Ian would come out of the shadows now. But Nick will say he's just shown up and Sharon's gone. None of this is random. Young and the Restless scoop. Sharon's where she needs to be. Then Victor's security man will walk inside with Ian. The mustache will say they've been expecting him. Praise be, Ian will reply. My prayers have been answered. Nick will ask what's up with the alias, and Ian will say his real name carries a lot of baggage. Why'd you come here? What do you want? Victor will ask. Ian will say he wants to make amends to him, Nicky Newman, but mainly to Mariah. I have resolved to atone for my sins. Nick will ask him where Sharon is, but Ian will lie and say he has no idea who Nick's talking about. You're not leaving this room until you tell me where she is, Nick will reply. Ian will remind him he was at Society tonight, and Victor will say he's the same BS artist he always was. If I find that you were involved in all the things that are upsetting us right now, I will hunt you down like an animal and make you disappear. So, Ian will tell Victor the police know he's in town, and they're also in possession of a letter that points the finger at the Newmans, if anything dire were to happen to me. Then Nicky will come downstairs and ask Victor what the hell Ian is doing there. Victor will walk Ian to the door and tell his security man to follow him. In what looks like a boiler room, Jordan will handcuff Sharon to a metal pipe. She'll tell her to be grateful she's not at the bottom of a river. The villain will put some water and food beside the still unconscious Sharon and say at least she's not getting Brussels sprouts and vodka. That is reserved for you, Nicky Newman, and it's coming. Then she'll tell Sharon she's her insurance policy, to get what I need from my partner. Jordan will return to the motel, and Ian will show up shortly after. He'll say he was just at Victor's ranch. He'll ask if Sharon is now lying peacefully at the bottom of the river. Sharon is exactly where she's supposed to be, Jordan will reply. Finally, Sharon will open her eyes and realize she's alone and chained to a pipe. Help, she'll cry out hoarsely, "Somebody help me." Keep reading the soap scoop for Young and the Restless spoilers and news. And make sure you join our free Facebook group or leave us a reply in our comments section. But if you miss an episode, don't fret. You can watch The Young and the Restless online at cbs.com. The Young and the Restless spoilers for Monday, January 6, 2025 are here. In the next episode, fans can expect Victor Newman to summon Ian Ward. Next on The Young and the Restless. Meanwhile, Jordan finds a new hiding spot for Sharon Newman's bound and gagged body. Keep reading and let's talk about what is coming up in the next episode of the CBS soap opera. The Young and the Restless spoilers, Finding Damien, Y&R spoilers for Monday, January 6 reveal that Nate will go ahead and take a risk. Nate has heard Denise Tolliver's report about Damien. There is some confusion on why Damien's work history and living situations. At the same time, Nate is really curious to find out about his half-brother. Y&R spoilers, Nate Hastings' deception. Nate doesn't know how Damien will react if he learns the truth right off the bat. Nate doesn't want to scare Damien off before getting to know him. So Nate calls Damien and acts as if he wants to offer him a job. In a weekly preview clip, Damien mentions the cold call job offer and Nate coming all the way out to LA. That is when Nate says when he sees what he likes, he wastes no time. At some point, Nate will have to be honest with Damien. How will Damien react when he learns Nate lied? The Young and the Restless spoilers, Sharon Newman's transfer. The Young and the Restless spoilers for Monday, January 6 reveal that Jordan will come up with a new location to stash Sharon. Although Sharon is still alive, Jordan just can't stop serial chloroforming the therapist. Ian wants Jordan to dump Sharon's body in the river, the same location as Heather Stevens. It looks like Jordan drags Sharon's bound and gagged body into some kind of basement. Jordan might hide Sharon's body and tell Ian if he doesn't start working on her mission, then Sharon might get loose. Ian has been holding all the cards ever since Jordan's escape. It's about time for Jordan to start calling the shots. Y&R spoilers, Monday, January 6, 2025. Fans will also see Victor summon Ian to the house after getting a midnight visit from Nick Newman and Faith Newman. Victor said he would have a little chat with Ian, which means threaten the villain. Victor summons Ian to the house, but things get heated. Nikki Newman comes downstairs in her pajamas to face Ian Ward. Which storyline are you looking forward to seeing the most on Monday, January 6, 2025? Share your thoughts in the comment section below. The Young and the Restless spoilers update for Monday, January 6, reveals that Faith Newman will snap at Maria Copeland and play the blame game over missing Sharon Newman, but she'll ultimately apologize. Maria will get that emotions are running high and will push Tessa Porter to walk her through her evening at society. The fact that Ian Ward popped up with an inhaler when Tessa needed it will be suspicious as far as Maria's concerned. Maria will assume Ian had an angle when it came to rescuing Tessa, so she'll speculate that maybe he did it to impress her. Since Ian is pretending he's a reformed man of the cloth, Maria will consider the idea that he was trying to prove to her that he's changed. Of course, Maria won't believe Ian is rehabilitated at all. Neither will Victor Newman once his security guy tracks Ian down and forces him to come to the ranch on Monday's Y&R episode. Despite Ian's claims that he's back in town to make amends, Nick Newman will suspect he's connected to Sharon's suffering and will demand to know where she is. Ian will deny any knowledge of what's going on with Sharon and will stick to his story about changing his ways. Victor will warn Ian to leave Genoa City permanently and will threaten to make him vanish if he finds out Ian's involved in everything that's been upsetting his family. Ian will point out that Nick was making threats against him earlier and admit he already sent a letter to the police, one that basically says the Newmans are responsible if something happens to him. When Nikki Newman appears, she'll panic over Ian's return and push for updates. Nick will calm Nikki down in the living room while Victor gets rid of Ian and sends his security guy to tail him. Nikki will get the news of Ian's religious act and will learn that his release story is unfortunately true. At the Jazz Lounge, Cole Howard will weigh the pros and cons of accepting Victor's job offer during a conversation with Victoria Newman. Although Cole won't love the idea of working under Victor's thumb, Victoria will think it'd be fun for them to both be at Newman Enterprises. Cole will admit he's worried about rocking the boat in the happy life they're now sharing, but Victoria won't be worried about that. Once Victoria plays up the strength of their relationship, she won't want that to affect Cole's choice. Cole still won't be able to make a firm decision about his future, but he'll be appreciative of the guidance. Jordan will be tasked with disposing of Sharon in the river and setting the stage for Phyllis Summers' frame-up, but she'll delay Sharon's grim fate in the end. Instead, Jordan will change Sharon up in what appears to be the sewer system and plan to use her as an insurance policy. It'll be Jordan's strategy to ensure Ian follows through on his part of their crisscross partnership. Once Ian meets up with Jordan at their motel room, he'll seek confirmation that Sharon's been taken care of. Jordan will tell Ian that Sharon is where she's supposed to be, so he'll seem satisfied. After the chloroform wears off, Sharon will regain consciousness and see that she's chained up, so she'll be distraught as she cries out for help. As for Victor's prediction, he'll assure Nikki that Ian's going to make a mistake at some point, and when he does, Victor will plan to bury him. The Young and the Restless spoilers say Victor and Ian have another major showdown ahead, so stick with the CBS soap. The Young and the Restless scoop for the week of January 6th reveals Victor Newman will have a dire warning for Ian Ward. Also coming up, a distressed Nick Newman will search for Sharon Newman. Plus, Nikki Newman will worry about Claire Newman, and Phyllis Summers will make a deal with Billy Abbott. My and our spoilers tease Billy and Phyllis will attempt to come to an arrangement to seek vengeance on Victor. However, their conversation may be cut short when Chelsea Lawson spots them. Rumor has it, she'll give Billy advice about Phyllis, but will he tell her who he associates with is none of her concern. My and our weekly scoop. Nick takes matters into his own hands. At Chancellor, Nikki will sound the alarm bell about Ian to her granddaughter. Now that the former cult leader is back in town, she'll be worried about Claire's safety. Although she'd be even more fearful if she knew Ian was working with Jordan Howard. Meanwhile, now that Sharon's gone missing, Nick will be certain Ian had something to do with it. So he'll search high and low for his ex-wife. However, when it gets him nowhere, Nick will take matters into his own hands. Other Rye and our spoilers tease Devin Winters will have a strategy session with Lily Winters and Abby Newman. Plus, Nate Hastings will have surprising news for Amy Lewis, and Jordan will go rogue. Young and the Restless scoop. Ian's back to atone for his sins. Finally, Victor will confront Ian, who will tell the mustache he's back in town to atone for his sins. But Victor's not buying it. He'll tell the villain that if he has anything to do with his family's current suffering, he'll hunt him down like an animal. Victor will also vow to protect Nikki from Ian at any cost. Then he'll ask Michael Baldwin to gather information about Ian. But depending on what Michael learns, will Victor start constructing another dungeon in his basement? The Young and the Restless spoilers and updates reveal Victor Newman remains on high alert regarding Ian Ward, fully aware of the depths of this villain's cunning. A potential lead about Ian's partner in crime may soon surface, as Victor's security personnel are set to tail Ian, possibly spotting a mysterious woman slipping into his motel room. The Young and the Restless spoilers, Victor won't suspect at first. Victor is unlikely to suspect that the woman before him is actually Jordan, as he firmly believes she remains incarcerated. In Victor's mind, Jordan is still locked away in a high-security prison, a place from which escape is impossible. However, Ian cleverly orchestrated a swap, bringing in someone willing to impersonate Jordan. This came about when a terminally ill woman, desperate for financial support, agreed to the plan. Ian's maneuver not only freed Jordan, but also set the stage for a new alliance. As the week of January 6 to 10 unfolds, Victor inches closer to piecing together the entire truth. Y and R spoilers. Victor will have orders for Michael Baldwin. Anticipated spoilers reveal that Victor will issue fresh directives to Michael Baldwin, assigning him the mission of uncovering details regarding Ian's activities since his release. Michael will embark on an investigation that could unveil Ian's role as a prison chaplain at the very facility where Jordan was incarcerated. This revelation alone might raise significant red flags, prompting Michael to delve deeper into the matter. Although the prison may reassure Michael that Jordan is accounted for, he might still sense that something is amiss. At the very least, Michael will likely seek to interrogate Jordan to gain insight into her encounters with Ian. The Young and the Restless spoilers. Michael may pay Jordan a prison visit, exposing the truth. This might prompt Michael to pay Jordan a visit, where he could uncover that Ian has set up an imposter. Even if this woman resembles Jordan, it likely won't take long for Michael to see through the facade. He might then drop a bombshell on Victor, infuriating him by disclosing that Ian orchestrated Jordan's escape from prison. The Young and the Restless spoilers and updates pose the question, in a showdown between Victor Newman and Ian Ward, who'll win? And exactly how far will the mustache go to make sure the evil cult leader never troubles the Newmans or anyone else again? The Young and the Restless spoilers. Will Victor Newman make Ian Ward shake in his boots? Victor Newman is well known for his willingness to go to great lengths to safeguard his family. Fans of The Young and the Restless recognize him as a cunning strategist, a formidable force of intimidation, and a man who, when cornered, operates outside the conventional boundaries. In the coming week, tensions are bound to escalate as Ian Ward makes his way to the ranch, setting the stage for an explosive confrontation between these two power players. The real question isn't whether Victor will take action, but rather how extreme his measures will be to ensure Ian stays away from the Newmans. Fans remember what he did to Ian's partner in crime, Jordan, and soon he'll wish he kept her there. Y and R spoilers. Locked in a cell like Jordan Howard? Since Victor had the new ranch house rebuilt to be just like the old one that burned down, he may have a secret jail cell in its basement too. Not so long ago, Victor left everyone speechless with his sinister decision to trap Jordan in the notorious Newman cellar. Ian has a renowned talent for infiltrating the lives of others, and Victor will not stand idly by while Ian threatens to undermine his family once more. A taste of captivity might appear to put an end to Ian's mischievous plans, but could it really? With Ian's persuasive charm and clever plotting, it's hard to believe that a simple locked door could contain his relentless scheming. The Young and the Restless spoilers. Will Ian Ward make mistakes? Victor's wallet runs as deep as his resolve, and the idea of paying to send Ian packing isn't off the table. Yet, Ian is no ordinary antagonist. He revels in the chaos he creates, and a stack of Newman cash might not be enough to quench his thirst for turmoil. Moreover, Ian has a knack for complicating Victor's life, making it unlikely he would leave without stirring up a storm. While Ian rarely slips up, what if he inadvertently reveals something about his ties to Jordan? He's been orchestrating events from the shadows, and this could be the moment when everything starts to unravel. Y and R spoilers. Ian Ward reformed. Ian's already claimed he's a changed man when he drugged Tessa Porter Copeland and was confronted by Maria Copeland and Nick Newman. Nobody fell for it, and it's likely Victor won't either, especially considering Nikki Newman was one of Ian's victims years ago as well. Ian was convincing enough in prison to score an early release, and we still don't know how he sprung Jordan, but it had to be something nefarious. The idea of Ian actually being reformed makes about as much sense and is about as believable as a shyster selling oceanfront property in the desert. The Young and the Restless spoilers reveal that Jordan is determined to get Claire Newman away from the Newmans and restore the manipulative bond they had before. Since Jordan feels like the Newman family has corrupted Claire, she wants to untangle her from their rich, entitled web and put her on a different path. Some danger is brewing for Claire, who's glad to be free of Jordan and certainly won't want to go back to how things were growing up. Claire had a terrible childhood because of Jordan, but now she's got a wonderful life and is free to make all her own choices. Of course, Claire's relationship with Kyle Abbott is a big part of that wonderful life, but Jordan didn't raise Claire to care about romance and will be eager to tear her away from him too. Since Jordan stole Claire as a baby and made everyone believe she was deceased, maybe she could ultimately carry out a similar strategy now. Jordan might kidnap Claire and leave proof behind that makes it look like she's deceased. Perhaps Jordan will plan to take Claire far away from Geno City and brainwash her again. Jordan may hope that once she gets Claire out of town, she can convince her to be loyal once more. What happens if Kyle ends up thinking Claire is gone for good? That could throw Kyle into a terrible sea of grief and leave him looking for a lifeboat to keep from drowning. Summer Newman could step up to comfort Kyle if a situation like that plays out. It might even lead to Kyle surrendering to passion with Summer, just so he can feel something other than pain in that moment. Naturally, that could bring some regrets for Kyle if he later finds out Claire is alive and in need of a rescue. Kyle might resolve to keep his grief-driven hookup under wraps, but the truth could come out anyway, especially if Summer winds up pregnant. Whatever the case, my and our fans can expect more star-crossed lover drama for Kyle and Claire, so we'll bring you more predictions on all the obstacles. The Young and the Restless spoilers say Jordan will cause more chaos in the coming weeks, so stay tuned for updates on all the alarming news ahead. Be sure to make your one-stop Y and R source for all the hottest Young and the Restless spoilers, predictions, news, and updates you need. The Young and the Restless spoilers for the week of January 6, 2025 are here. Next week, Jordan goes rogue. Victor Newman orders Michael Baldwin to learn intel about Ian Ward. Ian also faces Nikki Newman in her own home. Over in LA, Nate Hastings finds a clue about his half-brother. Keep reading and let's talk about what is coming up in the CBS soap opera. The Young and the Restless spoilers, Monday, January 6, Ian Ward confronted. Y and R spoilers for Monday, January 6 reveal that Victor's team finds Ian and brings the villain to the patriarch's house. After talking to Nick Newman and Faith Newman, Ian must face Victor. While Ian will keep up his cover story, Victor isn't fooled. Then, when things get heated, Nikki stumbles down the stairs to see a horrifying villain from her past. Meanwhile, Sharon Newman finally wakes up. Also, Victoria Newman helps Cole Howard decide about Victor's job offer. Y and R spoilers, Tuesday, January 7. On Tuesday, January 7, Victor vows to protect Nikki no matter what it takes. Meanwhile, Nick frantically searches for Sharon. Plus, Phyllis Summers strikes a deal with Billy Abbott. The Young and the Restless spoilers, Wednesday, January 8, Nate Hastings clue. The Young and the Restless spoilers for Wednesday, January 8 reveal that Nate Hastings and Audra Charles find a puzzle piece. Chelsea Lawson has some unsolicited advice for Billy. Plus, Devin Winters works with Lily Winters and Abby Winters. Y and R spoilers, Thursday, January 9. On Thursday, January 9, Victor demands Michael get information about Ian. Nick decides to take matters into his own hands, but can he save Sharon? Over in LA, Nate has unexpected information for Amy Lewis. In a weekly preview clip, Nate meets with Damien apparently. Nate got Damien to meet him by claiming he wants to hire him. Damien doesn't seem convinced and brings up how strange a cold call for a job offer is to him. However, Nate covers by claiming he doesn't like wasting time. The Young and the Restless spoilers. Friday, January 10. Jordan goes rogue. On Friday, January 10, fans can look forward to Jordan going rogue. Meanwhile, Nikki becomes concerned about Claire Grace Newman's safety. Also, Jack Abbott pressures Kyle Abbott to tell the truth. Which storyline are you looking forward to seeing the most during the week of January 6, 2025? Share your thoughts in the comment section below. Remember to keep watching the soap on CBS or Paramount Plus to find out what happens next. The Young and the Restless spoilers. The mystery of Cole, friend or foe. Cole's arrival in Genoa City was met with intrigue and suspicion. At first glance, he seemed like an ally, a figure who had earned Victor Newman's trust by helping him in critical moments. But to the sharp-eyed audience and the ever-observant CLA, something about Cole never quite added up. His motivations, his alliances, and his true identity remained shrouded in mystery. The doubts began when Cole played a key role in Jordan's escape from Victor's private prison. While Victor believed Cole had acted in the spirit of justice, Claire and others couldn't ignore the nagging feeling that Cole had ulterior motives. As Claire uncovered more, her suspicions turned to certainty. Cole wasn't who he appeared to be. CLA's transformation and Cole's deception. CLA, once a wildcard herself, had undergone a significant transformation. Her loyalty to the Newman family had solidified, and she had become a trusted ally to Victor. Her newfound sense of purpose sharpened her instincts, and she quickly realized that Cole was hiding something. Cole, on the other hand, had been working behind the scenes to embed himself deeper into Victor's inner circle. With charm, resourcefulness, and a keen understanding of Victor's strategies, he positioned himself as indispensable. But while Victor saw a valuable ally, CLA saw a potential traitor. The shocking revelation. The turning point came when Claire decided to follow Cole one evening. Her suspicions had been mounting for weeks, and she was determined to uncover the truth. Keeping her distance, she trailed him to a secluded location where, to her horror, she witnessed him meeting with none other than Jordan. Hidden in the shadows, CLA strained to hear their conversation. What she overheard left her stunned. Cole and Jordan were not only allies, but had been orchestrating a scheme to sacrifice Ian Ward in exchange for something far more sinister. "They'll never see it coming," Cole said with a smirk. "Once Ian is out of the picture, I'll be the hero who saved the Newmans from their biggest enemy. Meanwhile, you'll get exactly what you want." Jordan laughed, her voice dripping with malice. "And Victor will never suspect you. You've played your part perfectly, Cole." CLA's hands trembled as she recorded their conversation on her phone. Cole's betrayal wasn't just a personal affront, it was a direct threat to everything the Newman family stood for. He was manipulating Victor to gain power and working with Jordan to achieve his twisted goals. CLA's dilemma. Armed with damning evidence, Claire faced a difficult decision. Should she go straight to Victor and expose Cole's treachery, or should she wait, gather more evidence, and ensure there was no way for Cole or Jordan to escape accountability? Claire knew that acting impulsively could backfire. Cole was deeply entrenched in Victor's circle, and his betrayal would be hard for Victor to accept without undeniable proof. But the longer she waited, the more time Cole and Jordan had to execute their plan. You may not be able to tell from the articles I write for soaps.com, but I always want to love the young and the restless as much as I once did. I want to get excited about conflicts that make sense, have real stakes, and all but vibrate with intensity. I want to get swept away by epic love stories that are so passionate, I don't ever want them to end. I want to feel like the writers know the characters as well as I and their portrayers do. I wouldn't be opposed to a little wit now and then either. But alas, for some time, I haven't gotten what I wanted, and I'm willing to bet that you haven't, either. I could be wrong. There could be a segment of the audience that absolutely lives for mustache-twirling villains, harebrained schemes, and 2 options for handling mental illness storylines. 1. Like a PSA that involves reading to us from a psych textbook, and 2. Like a free pass to turn a character into a Saturday morning cartoon version of Sybil. And stop me if you've heard this one before. It doesn't have to be that way. If Young and Restless were to tick off the items on the super short 2025 to-do list I wrote up for it, it would be well on its way to entering a new golden age of which co-creators William J. and Lee Philip Bell would be proud. 1. Get out of business. Please, for the love of Liz Foster, lay off the storylines about who's CEO of what ginormous conglomerate. I'm gonna go out on a limb and guess that at least in this instance it's okay if I speak for all of us when I say that we don't care. In fact, we couldn't care less too. Tell a real love story. Give us some romance. Yes, beyond Victor calling Nikki my baby, Diane and Jack canoodling before hatching another fakakta scheme, and Brat of the Year runner-up Kyle. Billy won the title, hands down, running around with Claire, aka Geno City's answer to both Laura Ingalls and Wednesday Addams. 3. Make it make sense. We've all watched soaps for long enough to know that they require some suspension of disbelief. But Young and Restless constantly asks us to suspend all disbelief. That's not just a lot to ask, it's too much. Somebody needs to get to know their characters and what distinguishes one from another. Then let story spring from them. The Young and the Restless spoilers and updates reveal Phyllis Summers could soon find herself in a tense encounter with the woman who almost took her life. Jordan is the one responsible for driving Phyllis off the road, and now their paths may be set to cross once more, leading to yet another explosive confrontation. The Young and the Restless spoilers. Phyllis Summers had a flashback from the night of the wreck. Phyllis recently took another drive, and during her journey, a vivid memory surged back, allowing her to clearly visualize the other driver. She confided in Daniel Romalotti Jr. and Summer Newman, revealing that it was definitely not Sharon Newman at the wheel. Instead, she recalled an older woman with wavy hair and glasses driving that truck. What if Phyllis encounters that woman while Jordan, in disguise, is wandering through town? It's possible that Jordan could be wearing the same disguise when she unexpectedly crosses paths with Phyllis. My and our spoilers. Phyllis Summer could run into Jordan Howard in that same disguise. Phyllis can easily be envisioned reliving that fateful night, her mind racing with accusations, especially if she spots Jordan stepping out of that all-too-familiar truck. According to upcoming spoilers, Jordan plans to hide Sharon in what looks like the sewer system, instead of following Ian Ward's suggestion to dispose of her in the river. This move is a last-ditch effort for Jordan, should Ian fail to uphold his end of their agreement. Yet other upcoming spoilers hint at Jordan making another impulsive decision later in the week. Could this be linked to an encounter with Phyllis? The Young and the Restless spoilers. Jordan Howard could knock out Phyllis Summers and stash her with Sharon Newman. Imagining Phyllis snatching her phone to dial the police only to be knocked out cold, Jordan might very well drag her into the depths of the sewer system, stashing her with Sharon. According to the 2025 We and Our previews, both women will find themselves in a perilous predicament where their lives hang in the balance. This dire situation could force these adversaries to team up, and paints a compelling picture of Phyllis being held captive by Jordan alongside Sharon, prompting them to collaborate on a daring escape. Jason Thompson's portrayal of Billy Abbott on The Young and the Restless has made a lasting impression on fans over the years. His potential return to the show has sparked widespread speculation and excitement among viewers. The question on everyone's mind is, will Jason Thompson be returning to Y and R? As fans eagerly await confirmation, the potential return of this beloved actor could have a major impact on the direction of the show and Billy Abbott's future in Genoa City. Billy's impact on Y and R, a legacy of drama and intrigue. Billy Abbott is one of Y and R's most complex and multidimensional characters, and Jason Thompson's portrayal of him has been integral to the character's evolution. From his tumultuous relationships to his unpredictable behavior, Billy has been at the heart of some of the show's most dramatic and intense storylines. His personal and professional struggles, including his battles with addiction and fraught relationships with family members, have kept viewers on the edge of their seats. Thompson's ability to bring depth and vulnerability to Billy has made him a fan favorite, and his presence on the show has always been a driving force behind some of Y and R's most captivating moments. Over the years, Billy's journey has been filled with highs and lows, including his rocky relationship with Victoria Newman, involvement in business rivalries, and complicated family dynamics. His impact on Y and R has been undeniable, and his return would undoubtedly bring back the same level of intensity and drama that fans have come to expect from the character. If Jason Thompson does indeed return to the role, it would mark a significant moment in Y and R history, as Billy Abbott has been a staple of the show for decades. Is Jason Thompson returning to the young and the restless? The question of whether Jason Thompson is returning to Y and R has been circulating for some time, with rumors and hints dropped by insiders and cast members alike. While there has been no official confirmation yet, the possibility of Thompson's return has fans buzzing with excitement. The actor, who originally joined Y and R in 2016, made an unforgettable impact as Billy Abbott. Many fans have expressed their desire to see him back on screen. His departure from the show in 2020 left a void, and fans have been hoping for his return ever since. Thompson's return would not only be a thrilling moment for longtime viewers, but could also bring new energy and excitement to the show. With Billy's character being so central to the drama in Genoa City, his return would undoubtedly shake things up and create new storylines for the character. Whether he returns to continue his journey with Victoria, stir up trouble with other characters, or embark on a new chapter in his life, there is no doubt that Billy Abbott's return would make waves. The news of Jason Thompson's potential return to Y and R has sent fans into a frenzy, with social media platforms buzzing with excitement and speculation. Fans have taken to Twitter, Instagram, and other forums to express their hopes and theories about what his return might mean for the show. Many fans have expressed their desire to see Billy reunite with Victoria, while others are hoping for new and unexpected storylines that will keep them on the edge of their seats. The speculation surrounding Thompson's return has also led to discussions about what it could mean for the rest of the Y and R cast. Could Billy's return spark new drama with characters such as Jack Abbott, Adam Newman, or Phyllis Summers? Would Billy's return lead to reconciliation with old flames or a new love interest? The possibilities are endless, and fans are eagerly awaiting any updates or teasers about what might come next. Is it really happening? What does the future hold for Jason Thompson and Billy Abbott? While the rumors about Jason Thompson's return are exciting, it's important to remember that nothing is confirmed yet. As of now, fans are left to wonder if the actor will indeed reprise his role as Billy Abbott. However, the speculation alone is enough to get fans excited about the potential for new drama and storylines on Y and R. Whether or not Thompson returns to the show, one thing is certain: Billy Abbott's character remains an integral part of Y and R's legacy. The future of Y and R is always filled with surprises, and the return of Jason Thompson would be a major development in the ongoing drama of Genoa City. Fans will continue to keep their fingers crossed for confirmation. Until then, they can speculate, hope, and reminisce about the unforgettable moments that Thompson's portrayal of Billy Abbott has brought to the show.